Fuck off. Fuck off.
There's only one thing to look for. Choose a super fund. It's simple. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Look. Bro, we gotta get some real shit going on, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, we gotta do an absolute lick of the sting operation. Oh, I got an idea.
You're the boss.
Hey, what if we do bait card? Do you know like
Oh, yeah, yo, I used to always watch that.
Okay, let's do like the bait card and we trap a little trickster Julia. Do you have a good card or no?
Come on, bro. You know I don't. No, I think I do.
Let me
You that Subaru.
Oh, ain't nobody gonna take that piece of shit. Nobody driving that piece of shit Subaru, man.
I say leave it like in front of a store or something. You know what I mean? Somewhere hot.
Hold like the Subaru, and then what do you want me to call out Murtuza's car?
What the hell is that?
Murtuza, man, that is
Is that
like
a small ass car?
No, not that small, not that. Okay, just call one, don't worry. Oh, you bitch!
Push it. Head to bed, I guess. Wake up in the morning. Wake up in the morning, wag school dog. Fuck school. 7 o'clock fucking morning. Press play.
Come on, race, bro.
Oh man, that obnoxious ass Subaru, man. Let's go. Where should we go?
Oh shit.
Where do you think?
Alright, one minute.
Oh shit, let's go. Follow me. Hey, watch the car, man. Bastard.
Oh shit, I was looking backwards.
Stupid as Subaru drivers. Typical Subaru drivers. Hey, what's going on,
Car,
man?
you think that car worth something?
You talk about that piece of shit Subaru, right? I know.
Oh shit, see you in a fucking SS.
Hell yeah, man.
That shit bouncing? That's Vin Diesel in there.
And then we pull over, bastard. Hey, what's going on, man? Ah, you bastard.
Hello, sir.
What's going on, man? Oh my god! We're winning! Osman, they're winning! Oh, we're winning! Oh! I don't think I noticed though. I think
Illegal street racing on Los Angeles Freeway going northbound, about 4 cars.
Oh, bastard!
Oh yeah!
You maniac!
Yeah!
Bitch!
Oh!
That's what you get for driving BMW. How are they? You Jordan! Hey, what are you doing over here?
King rocks, get at.
Illegal street race going on, so we might need any available units, you know?
Okay, you guys heading northbound or southbound?
we were going to, yeah, we were. That's good, huh? Come on, be honest. What do you think about that, huh? You gotta say that shows some real shit right there. Promotion time! They're gonna call me Great Captain Officer with his trusty sidekick, Officer Smith.
What? I'm the captain too.
No, I'm Captain. Look. I will get like the Captain Monday to Friday, and you can get it on Sunday.
Damn, I'm on Saturday.
Fine, I'll throw it Saturday and Sunday because I'm days off then.
That's fucked up for a part-time captain. Part-time Captain Will Smith.
But I get the hat. I get the hat in my size.
No, I don't want to show your hat anyway.
No hat for you. It won't even fit on your hair anyways.
Wait, what should I say?
Say hosting illegal street. Screw it. Say hosting illegal. Say with everyone. Say hosting race. 200,000 buy-in. Race to Palito Bay. If interested, come to top of a gun store parking lot. We need those hot chicks from Tokyo Drift where they go in between the cars. They're like ready. Salto. And they're drifting around the stuff like that. Fast and Furious. Yo, you know, I watched Fast and the Furious 9 the other day.
I still didn't watch that. Nah.
Yo, I was talking mad shit of it. I almost
Before
cried.
watching it or while watching it?
Before watching it, I was talking mad. I mean, it was a little cheesy and corny, but there was some real shit in there. You know, it was like some real thug shit, and I almost cried, bro. It was crazy. A tear almost rolled down my cheek, or you know, like when the tear is like right on your bottom lid. Yeah.
Little baby.
No, I did not cry. It's stupider. But like, you know when like the teardrop is on your bottom eyelid and it's like waiting there, but it doesn't drop down. So it was like.
I mean, you cried.
I did not cry. It's stupider.
It came out.
No, man. If I cried, I would have been like dropping down and everything. But I'm saying it was potential. You know. Yeah. Hello, Babar.
Wait, so those guys have no idea that we were still cops, right?
No. They're stupider, man. Okay, Smith. 1 minute. I'm speaking to one of my wives back home. Yes. Are you? Okay. Smith, what are you doing? Why does the engine look like mashed potatoes? Hey, Smith, pass me the monkey wrench. Dual carburetor with the radiator. Oh, man. This V-line engine, this is going to be blowing the competition out from nowhere, man.
What's this, V6 engine?
Holy freaking smokes. Is that an inline 7-cylinder carburetor with the manifest of the Unabomber?
That's a V6.
Oh, man, that's some serious shit right there, bro.
Slow shit. Hey, man, this shit looks fast.
That's some fast-ass shit right there.
I like this one.
Hey, you're not the cop, are you, bro?
Shit.
We just got to make sure no one's a cop over here.
That's my home.
Everyone participating in... Okay, that's good, okay.
My foster parents can't make me go to school. I'm 17 for fuck's sake.
Don't worry. Okay, you got it. Okay.
Alright,
Take care, my homie. Gang,
Take
slut,
care,
slut.
homes.
Okay, listen up, boys. Right when it turns green, we go, okay?
Hey, when
Oh, shit. Good enough. Don't worry, I can catch up with these amateurs.
Oh yeah, this race is crazy.
Smith, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Hit it! Hit the nuts! Hit it! Hit the nuts!
Go on, Bob. Come in.
Okay, what's going on? How's it going? Where's the strip
They
sign?
know. They pointed down and shit. They seen it. The people in the back seen it. I think that was the captain in the back.
Okay. Understood. What the shit?
Oh god, all the cops are like they're IKEA.
Are they all over? Okay, this is pursuit, okay. Tell them there's a Bugatti behind this Bugatti. There's also
We
Bugatti.
got one right here. Where? Oh, he died. Over here.
Oh, no!
That white car.
Oh! Store. Polito gun store. Hey, Smith, what cars did they have again?
It was multiple. Whatever car you seen driving on this highway.
Yeah, honestly, they're probably going to be coming around Great Ocean. They have to be coming around Great Ocean.
Oh, nice.
Amen.
Oh, is that one back there?
I don't
a trading company. Trading. You mother yackers, you won't get away with this! You won't get away with this, you goddamn criminal! No.
I'm in a fucking truck.
Oh, damn.
What did I do?
What do you
mean?
What do you mean, what did I mean?
I'm not trying to say too much,
I don't know these people.
I didn't do anything.
So where are the rest of
You guys are legit just setting up spike strips and then waiting for people to come past and be like, yeah, that's another one. We're all retarded here. Yeah, that's another one. Shut your mouth. You're retarded. I don't even care. No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Officer, look.
Night Black, the spirit of whispers, whiskey.
I am no snitch. I'm not going to say who is the street.
Yeah, because I'm gonna race Mark 5 Toyota Supra in another car in a truck.
Bro, chill.
You know how retarded that sounds?
Bro, chill.
Jesus fucking Christ. I was just...
To another giant.
You guys out the whole time. He radioed the in over to me.
Oh my god, you mother yaggerings. Mother. Hey, where's that little snitch? Hey, bro, where's that snitch at? We're about to jump his ass.
Yo,
Where's that snitch?
me, I don't know, but when I get out of here, I'll chop his fingers off.
No, he's in here somewhere. I heard the cops say he's going to look at the jail, man.
Where is he?
Where is that little pipsqueak? Hey, bro, find that little pipsqueak who snitched on all of us. He was that man with the purple jacket.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, we stomping him out. The mother yaker. You see where my homies are.
Let me call my contacts in the Gojo clan.
Do what you got to do, bro. I will put a $100 bounty on him. Hey, bro, where are you at? Where are you at, bro?
Over here on the other side out here.
What the shit? Hey, bro, I'm in the bin right now. We gotta find him.
Like, you really in there?
No shit. I'm in this bitch.
Oh shit.
We gotta find that snitch ass rat. That man with the purple jacket.
I'm gonna break my way in and beat his ass.
Yes.
I'm looking for a guy in a purple jacket.
I'm pulling.
I need his head.
Did they book him yet?
I want his fingers.
Yes, all these angry, all of us. Oh, you just hung up, mother bitch.
Yeah, 2 mil dirty for 5 mil clean.
2 mil dirty for 5 mil clean. Let me just call my boy. Let me ask him.
All right. My name.
Slut. Hey, did you got a location of the snitch ass rat?
What? Oh yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that. You wanna punch me, bitch?
I'll snitch on your bitches, boy. What you gonna do about it, Noah?
I don't think that was
You say you a snitch? My fault. Come on, you rat.
That's right. Come
We
here.
got all of us in here. Chill. Just stop. We're not gonna beat your ass.
Hey,
He get his ass.
he got a fucking shank.
He got a hit. No. There's no heroes in here. Nigga.
No, why did you snitch?
Rat.
Why did you snitch? Why did you
Don't hit
snitch?
the road. Hold on, let him talk.
Hey, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I seen y'all doing a race, so I was in my truck, you know, and all of a sudden, I was on the phone with my friend, and then he was getting arrested by the cops, and then he was like, oh, they're coming up here soon. And all of a sudden, then I came up, and I was like, damn, then I got caught, and then they spot my truck.
No shit, dumbass.
Wait, so it actually. Okay, hey, boys, hey, chill. Hey,
yo,
Let's be civil, please.
Hold on. Break it up.
Okay, I'll be civil.
Break it up, yo.
Come over here.
Okay.
Be political. Chill out.
Hey, I am telling the truth. I didn't snitch on nobody. What I want to know is how this guy got a knife.
What you mean how? You know our way around this prison.
You actually want to know how? The stupid cops did not even search me.
What? How the fuck you got a gun?
They did
Oh
not
my
even
god,
search
he's
me.
about to slice your throat, bro.
Now tell him, why did you snitch? Hey,
I didn't snitch.
Bring him back here. Bring him
Wait.
over. Oh, his camera's over here.
Wait. You guys really think that I snitched? All of you know that I was never in the picture.
No.
So who's seen me? Start this race?
warden of the LSPD prison.
Oh shit.
Help me!
Now, we do appreciate the cooperation of Lane Basement, who is currently held in penitentiary. entry at the moment.
That's
Just
sweet.
know, once you get out of prison, you may come to the PD and come get your 20 mil reward.
You
Oh, no, what?
Hey, I'll split it. I'll split it with you guys. If you guys don't hurt me, I'll split it. I'll split it. I'll split it. I'll split it.
Oh my.
What I have.
No, I want
I
your
promise
toes,
you,
I want
I
your
promise
fingers.
you.
Get in the cell. Get in the cell.
Okay,
Get
I
in the cell.
will.
Hurry up, get in.
I will. I'm getting in the
What's there?
cell.
Hurry up.
Look at the city right now, madre.
Give me Matt, bro. Get in there. Hurry up.
I know
Now,
some
that's
boys
the
who get
confirmation
treated
that
real
you're right.
good.
Ratatouille, madre.
Going in first. Going in first.
I know some boys that
You mother.
Get him, Big Gucci. Oh my God.
I stabbed him in his organs.
Right.
I got him twice. Oh man. Oh, I slit his throat. What the shit, man. I don't know what they're saying. It's not like RPG.
Oh, he's slitting.
Let's go. Ah, motherfucker.
Rat.
Ratatouille. Oh my god, our job.
What else should I watch?
Spotted, and I identified these patrol park quite a ways from my apartment. And today's entity is
Let's
a
have another
humanoid
joint.
entity known to many as a smiling man. In this video, we're going to explore the first known sightings of the
I'm not afraid of Smiling Man. If he wanna go me, then so be it. Even if he can't die, I'll just figure out a way to kill him, dog. Every sin have to die at some point. Even demons can die. Us humans can die too. I reckon if there is a God, he can die. Everyone and everything has to die. So, I'll just figure out how to kill him. Kill the Smiling Man. Simple enough.
Smiling Man, kind of give you guys a background of who the Smiling Man is said to be, why you should absolutely run from him and should you encounter him in the streets.
He's ain't
And then
nothing.
beyond that, I'm going to share a couple of experiences with the Smiling Man with you guys. It's going to be a great one.
He ain't nothing. Smiling Man ain't nothing.
So the Smiling Man is exactly that, a man that is frequently spotted and identified by his smile. Now typically when you think of someone smiling, it's supposed to be a happy, joyous thing. But not with this Smiling Man. His smile is big and
Sam.
wide and sinister. And the
What's up, Mum? How come you're not at work, Forster Mum? Because I'm a stay home mum, basically. So what's up? Just wanna let you know we're going camping tomorrow. Okay. What's tomorrow? Friday. Fair enough. So yeah, that's all good. See ya. See ya. Okay, so we're going camping
moment that
tomorrow.
people notice his smile/grin, they feel wildly uncomfortable. So the Smiling Man is always said to be over 6 feet tall. He's an incredibly tall man with a very big smile. He's often seen wearing like an old-fashioned suit, and sometimes he's seen wearing a hat as well. He often is seen looking up towards the sky with this big smile, and he almost like dance walks. Like, it's very strange. I'll get into some experiences so you'll get a better description on it. But he's giant smile, but also the way he like waltzes while he's walking. Ooh, it sounds so creepy even while I'm like imagining it. Many of the stories seem to come from Iowa, and he typically stalks like dark streets and isolated homes. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this video, because her house is isolated, really freaking dark at night. But anyway, good thing we don't live in Iowa. And he is never seen without his giant, unnatural, creepy smile. So it's actually known to some as Indrid Cole, and we'll get into where that name came from in just a moment, but I'm going to read you guys like a description that I found online of him, and then a couple of the early on encounters leading into more recent encounters. So it says, Indrid Cold, commonly known as the Smiling Man, is an allegedly humanoid entity. His name comes from his tendency to smile at those who encounter him. It is said that he still visits places
What's up, Mum?
to this day. So he's
You know what?
reported to be human-like in appearance.
Can I chill with you, Sam? I got nothing to do.
Activity, and
Sure.
is sometimes believed to be an alien, which we'll get to in a moment, a particular individual's experience, where he supposedly said he is an alien, but we'll get there. It is also believed that he could possibly be connected to the Men in Black as well. In his first sighting, he was described, as I said, of being over 6 feet tall, and in that sighting, he was wearing a reflective green suit with a black belt. He had a dark complexion and small, beady eyes set far apart. He was described as not having a nose, ears, or hair, and in the second encounter, his suit was said to be blue instead of green, but it still retained its reflective property. Along with that, he was described as looking perfectly natural with slicked back hair and a coat with the 2 top buttons unbuttoned and having pants lighter than the coat but still the same material. He was also described as being quite tan and looking like any normal human being despite his like really unnatural smile. So from what I gather from this is, yes, he's commonly seen in a suit, but the suit can change colors. The man has options. So the very first sighting was actually in October. It was October 16th, 1966. I should state the first known sighting. 2 boys in New Jersey were walking on 4th Street when they saw a surreal figure standing near a fence. As they walked closer, the figure was a tall man wearing a metal green suit who was staring right at them with a huge grin. The man chased them until they got away from him. There's a quote here that says, "Jimmy nudged me, and I said, 'Who's that guy standing behind you?' I looked around, and there he was, behind the fence, just standing there. He pivoted around and looked right at us with his big old grin." Later on, they would recall more details about the man, stating that he had unnatural facial features and what they perceived as lack of ears and a nose. Here's where things get really strange. On November 2nd, 1966, in West Virginia, a man was driving home on Interstate 77 when he heard a crash. Then an unidentifiable vehicle appeared to land in front of his truck. It was described as like a very strange vehicle this man had never seen before. A grinning man came out of the vehicle with a dark tan and walked up to the man, telepathically saying that his name was Indrid Cold and that he meant no harm. He said that he just wanted to know more about the human race and he would keep visiting in the future. After the encounter, he stated that the man told him that he was from a completely different planet. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. He said he was from the planet of Mandulos. I'll put it on the screen. But he told them that he was from a different planet. And another encounter was with a family, stating that they had a lot of poltergeist activity occurring in their home, such as like seeing a bunch of diamond-shaped lights. Their daughter was sleeping one night and woke up to see a man standing over her. It was a man, a big man, very broad. I couldn't see his face, but I could see that he was grinning at me. He walked around the bed and stood right over me. I screamed again and hid under the covers. When I looked again, he was gone. So in this particular article, they say that Indrid, or the Smiling Man, is likely an alien entity, but it could also be something to do with the paranormal as well. There are some people who believe that he's associated with an actual species of aliens, so that there's like multiple grinning men, which could also make sense why
My ass.
that was posted online. And actually, this encounter caused a chain of people commenting saying, "Oh my gosh, I've seen this man too." So this was posted in 2012, and it says, "About 5 years ago, I lived downtown in a major city in the U.S. I've always been a night person, so I would often find myself bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to sleep. To pass the time, I used to go for long walks and spend the time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommate that even the drug dealers in the city were polite, but all of that changed in just a few minutes one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police patrol park quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. I turned down a short side street in order to loop back from my apartment when I first noticed him. At the far end of the street on my side was a silhouette of a man dancing. It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride. I guess you could say he was dance walking, headed straight for me. Deciding he was probably drunk, I stepped as close as I could to the road to give him majority of the sidewalk to pass me. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving. He was very tall and lanky, wearing an old suit. He danced closer still until I could make out his face. His eyes were open, wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky.
You never
His mouth was
told
formed in a
your
painfully
name,
wide
Mum.
virtual
Foster
smile.
Mum.
Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer.
My name
I took
is
my eyes off him
Missy,
across the street. As I reached the other
and
side,
I'm
I glanced
24
back
years
and plunged
old.
dead in my tracks.
Fair
He
enough.
stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me but still looking skyward, smile still wide on his lips. I was completely and utterly unnerved by this. I started walking again, keeping my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away from him for a moment to watch the sidewalk. The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he'd been standing to find him gone. For the briefest of moments, I felt relieved until I noticed him. He'd crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down. I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he moved fast. I was so shocked that I stood there
Pardon
for
me.
some time, staring at him, and then he started moving towards me again. He took a giant, exaggerated, tiptoed steps as if he were a cartoon character sneaking up on someone, except he was moving very, very quickly. I'd like to say at this point I ran away or pulled out my pepper spray or cell phone or anything at all, but I didn't. I just stood there completely frozen as this smiling man crept towards me. And then he stopped again, about a car length away from me, still smiling. His smile was still looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. I meant to ask what the F do you want in an angry, commanding tone, but all that came out was a whimper of what the, and like the words in half. Regardless of whether or not humans can smell fear, they can certainly hear it. I heard it in my own voice, and it only made me more afraid. But he didn't react. He just stood there smiling. And then, after what felt like forever, he turns around very slowly and started dance walking away. Just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him, I watched him go until he was far enough away to be out of sight. And then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him grew larger and larger. He was coming back my way, and this time, he was running. I ran too. I ran until I was off the side road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind, they could certainly hear.
They're essential to the agricultural ecosystem.
So, do you smoke weed? Sure. What about smoke?
This doorbell camera
So,
system from a
cool.
viewer in
He's
Hillsborough
enjoying the
County
smoke.
picks up the boom that's
Us, with an estimated 1 million species at risk of extinction. The UK is no exception. It has just 53% of its biodiversity left, well below the global average of 75%, according to a new study from the Natural.
Fuck off. Which have a joint and and I smoke. Done.
Look at this, I've completely forgot. We're gonna get there, man, alright? I'm staying determined right now. Okay, yeah, look at that grin. Now, Camp 7, there's a dude that comes down here too. Let me just go back. So, take a
Just
picture.
wondering,
Take a picture,
Mum.
it's right mouse.
Don't know fuck.
Yo, my temper.
Sure.
Holy crap. Okay,
Cool.
I gotta get back in the game real quick. Why don't your nose honk? Get back. It's just him at the moment, so he's right there. We don't see anyone else in the cameras, but I'm gonna be super vigilant. Yeah, I see you with your eyes, man. I see you. Get toasty, get toasty. Put those feet right by the fire. By the way,
Strange things happen here. Are these bones?
Can you give me your nut? Sure, Mum. Thanks, son. You're welcome.
Right, guys, thank you so much for the response to the first episode. It was insane. I did not expect that. I appreciate you all so much, man. He's moving up. Camp 5. Yeah, we see you. So, it's any moment right now. Let's get 3 seconds warm. 3 seconds warm looks good. Alright, now he's there. So, first phase is always nice and simple. Just us in front, team ego. Look at the facial wrinkles, man. That dude's been crying
You
way
got
too long.
you got a fella
Okay,
by
let's
the
get
way,
ready for
Mum.
this.
Thanks.
Any moment. Here we go. Here we go.
Nice tits too.
Freak out of here, man. Yeah, we'll
Thanks.
do that. Now, let's
You're
warm up for
welcome.
a couple of seconds. I think it should be coming up to 1 AM real soon. Go back. Okay, I'm